Iron Rage, the show where John Romano, Lee Priest, and I vent our frustrations with the world. Today, it's just John and I here, like old times, and it's Thanksgiving, John, so I figured we might as well make it a Thanksgiving type of themed show. Obviously, a lot of guys are in the midst of contest dieting, which we never saw in the past because a lot of people, usually the contest season didn't start till like March, but now guys are competing in January and February, so there's people dieting. They have to diet through Thanksgiving. The question is, do you stop dieting for one day and have a cheat day and enjoy yourself and then go back to dieting on Friday? Or should you bring your food with you and continue to diet throughout, John? What's your opinion on that?
Well, I'm gonna answer that with a little story. Okay, I've been prepping athletes for contests since 1992, I think. Okay, I have never had a client place out of the top 5 or not get the first call out. Nor have I ever denied them their birthday cake, Thanksgiving dinner, or Christmas dinner. And I don't care when their show is. And you guys got to relax a little bit. This anal pursuit of, this top 5 placing is not going to be augmented one way or the other if you eat Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. There's actually people who are going to show up tomorrow at grandma's house with a 6-pack cooler full of fucking Tupperware because God forbid they eat Thanksgiving dinner 5 weeks out from their show. That's it. No first call out. They're out of the top 5 because they fucking stuffing.
But there are people that get carried away, John, when they do this Thanksgiving dinner. Especially, and it's not as much guys as it is women, because when you give women like the license to eat at Thanksgiving, I've seen some women do some serious damage and set themselves back at least 10 days, on one meal.
Well, of course. You got to take the peanut butter out of the house too. But don't tell them where it is because they'll go find it and steal it back. But
that's right.
But no, yes. You of course. I got this guy who ate 20 freaking tacos. 21 tacos. They come 3 to 1. He got 7 orders of tacos and then had pizza. Okay, so if you're intent on hurting yourself, you're going to. Okay. But if you can just act rationally like a human being instead of an animal for a couple of hours, you can have Thanksgiving dinner. There's no amount of Thanksgiving dinner that's going to hurt your fucking contest placing. No. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. And you're going to get these warriors tomorrow, gallon jug in one hand, 6-pack cooler over the other shoulder, walking around house with a fucking tank top on. Ma, yeah, don't bring the meatloaf anywhere near me. I can't. It's gonna make me blow my diet. Thanksgiving dinner's not till tomorrow. I don't care. It's ridiculous, It is just. I want to see science. I want to see somebody do a study that proves Thanksgiving dinner blows 3 contest placings. In 6 weeks.
Well, so what I do is I tell my athletes, I normally give them a cheat meal once a week on the weekends. I say, look, this is going to be your weekend cheat meal. Just take it on Thursday. That's all.
Perfect. Exactly. I do the same thing. Yeah. Or just eat.
Yeah.
If you're 2 weeks out from a show, okay, maybe I would draw the line, right there. If you're gonna try to hurt yourself. But 5, 6, 8, 7, 10 weeks out from a show, you're already carrying Tupperware around with you every fucking where you go. So put it down for 10 minutes, have a freaking meal with the family, act normal for about a little while, and then pick the shit up again 3 hours later.
I have a girl doing a show next weekend, and I'm letting her have the cheat meal on Thanksgiving. So that's her last meal, and then she's going to diet hard for the next 7 days. She's already in shape, so it doesn't matter. And I don't think it's good. It might help her, actually. I always tell people to just use Thanksgiving as like an unwinding type of holiday and just kind of relax, have, fun. Don't worry about any of your problems. Worry about that the next day. But they have this term now, John, and that people are using that they never used in our day: reverse dieting. After a show, you reverse diet. I don't really know what it means, but it's like you can't just go back to your regular diet. You have to reverse diet first before you go back to your dieting. So if you reverse diet after a show and then you do Thanksgiving, do you have to do a reverse of a reverse diet after Thanksgiving, or do you do a fast forward diet? I don't know. I'm confused.
You have to reverse the refeed.
Yeah, there you go. Right, reverse the refeed. There you go.
So you can either be proactive and just not do it.
Right. Why are we so obsessed with terminology now in today's society?
For real. There's little sayings that irk me to death. Like I'm running Slin. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're not running Slin, okay? Just fuck you. You're not running Slin. You're not running VAR. You're not running anything, all right? You're on a fucking cycle. You're either doing insulin, you're doing GH, you're taking Anavar, you're not running shit, okay? Stop that one right now. I fucking hate that one, okay? The next one I hate is refeed.
Yeah.
It's fucking cheat meal. You're cheat. CHEAT. Cheat.
Right. Yeah.
It's a horrible word, but that's what you're fucking doing. It's not a refeed. You're cheating. Diet. Okay? Don't make up a nice fucking snowflake term to make it okay.
You know what? You're right. A refeed would be if you were going to eat healthy, clean carbs and just like maybe carb up for the day. But if you're eating something that doesn't normally fall on the diet, that's a cheat meal.
Right. And I can still say, okay, I'm only supposed to get 10 ounces of chicken breast. I'm going to have 25. That's cheating.
That's cheating,
You're not supposed
right.
to eat. That's cheating.
Yeah.
Okay, so candy coated however you want. You're going to say, oh, if it's good food, it's refeeding. But if it's pizza, it's cheating. That's like saying, if it's an ugly girl and a banging, it's not cheating. But if it's a beautiful one, I'm cheating for my wife. Right? So, stop with the terminology. Just it is what it is. Okay? That's all you got to do. Just be real.
So what is a reverse diet? Is a reverse diet actually an off-season diet, or is to me the reverse of a diet would be gluttony, wouldn't it?
I think what they're trying to do is to go from a precipitous decline of calories. You can't just go back up to 5,500 the next day. You want to incrementally bring it back up. That's what I
would do. When I competed, I went back to probably 10,000 calories the next day.
You're overreaching. You're going to soak them up. I mean, I wish Thanksgiving was Saturday and I had a client competing in it. I would give them Thanksgiving dinner on Friday. So I think I think all of these. What happens is the internet is this giant cesspool of information and misinformation and everything in between. And somehow you get somebody that says something the right way or to the right person or with the right nickname, and whatever he says, regardless of validity, becomes gospel. And so monkey piss 4 hours before your show is going to bring your veins out. Who the hell knows where that came from? But somebody's going to say it, and somebody's going to fucking do it because somebody said it, and they got it on the internet. So what you guys have got to realize is this shit is not rock. You are not building the space shuttle out back. This is not rocket science. It is one of the easiest in conceptually things to do. The only hard thing about getting ready for a show is actually doing it. The nuts and bolts of it are fucking simple as can possibly be.
Yeah, you're right. Another one that my wife Amanda hates is merch. She doesn't like that merch, like for merchandise.
Oh, God.
Drives her crazy. But we got merch now, John. You know how people are always asking about like RxMuscle, like t-shirts and stuff like that? We actually have them now. There's a store that through YouTube now. You set it up, you upload your logos, and people can go buy all the RxMuscle logoed clothing they want, even cell phone cases and coffee mugs. It's right on there now. You can get all the merch you want from RxMuscle YouTube channel. And,
condoms? Green condoms?
Green condoms, anything you want. But I'm using she's like, why are you using this term merch? Amanda says to me, because I'm like, I gotta be cool. I gotta sound like I fit in with the millennials, right?
You gotta vape when you say that.
That's right. I gotta get my little vape, my CBD vape pen out,
That's what you need.
Yeah, marijuana's not even cool anymore. You gotta vape CBD oil because
Yeah, I was taking a hit off my dugout, my one hitter in the construction site the other day, and these two guys come by and give me a pen. I go, what happened to smoking this shit?
No more smoking. Everything's vaping now. Yeah.
Everybody's vaping. Yeah.
That's you gotta catch up. The guy who's like smoking that little nasty, dirty looking joint on the corner now is like is like 90 years old now. That's it. No one does that anymore. It's Willie Nelson is still doing that. That's about it.
Hell yeah. They've gentrified getting high.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Well, they're trying to make it seem like if you're not really getting high, they're like trying to hide it and make it. You're vaping now. It's healthy, right? It's vapor.
You're getting high by accident.
Yeah. Vino Viagra. You know what, John? The great thing about this merch stuff that we sell on the YouTube channel is that you could upload like your own slogans now. So I think we got to get all the Bleckman slogans and make them into T-shirts. Why cut back? Vino Viagra.
Vino Viagra.
What's some of the other ones?
Fruit of the gods.
Yeah. What are some of the other
steak?
Ones? What's your best steak? Yeah.
We should put together a little reel. I guess that's a bad term nowadays. What do you call it? What would you call it now, Tyler, instead of a reel?
Instead of a what?
Instead of a reel.
What, film reel?
Yeah, instead of a film reel, they don't have that. What's the new term for that?
Your YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube channel, right?
The sample, like a short, clip of like a montage of Bleckman saying all this shit, because there's guys in here who doesn't know what the hell we're talking about. They don't know who Bleckman is, and I certainly don't want to, glorify him or glamorize him because he's just too ridiculous. But I mean, there should be a little bit of history backstory there, so they know what the heck they're doing.
We should do a documentary, John, on the synthesis of the new magazines of today, which is the YouTube channels of today, really, social media,
Rise and fall print.
We should go through the last 20 years from the magazines up until the present day, and we could we'll interview people. And I could just sit you down and you can give the whole history of it. It'd probably be just as good. Just putting clips from all the different things that we use.
Yeah. I'll narrate it. Because,
exactly. You could do it probably. You could take a few hits on your vape pen, and you probably could do it in one take.
Probably.
Because no one reads anymore, so you can't even write anymore. You have to. If you can't speak anymore, then you have no voice in this industry anymore.
Right. And you have to have a nice car auto interior so that you can become a blogger, video blogger. Audi has the best interior of any.
See, Bleckman was ahead of his time with the Hummer. If he would have only had a webcam in there, right?
All you're going to see is newspaper.
Yeah. He had the whole thing down pat. He just didn't have a freaking video camera in there. He would have been set.
He was so proud of himself that he reads 5 newspapers in the morning. That he will tell anybody. He told the checkout girl at Walgreens that when he was buying, so I don't know, whatever. But he's walking past her and he just tells her, every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm outside of 7-Eleven in my Hummer, reading and he sews all of the names, Wall Street Journal, New York Times, New York Post, Newsweek, all together into one word, so that it's a giant publication,
Do they? I don't even think they print those magazines anymore, do they? I mean, these newspapers.
Well, no, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, the New York Post.
Are they still being printed?
Yeah, they're still being printed. Oh. Yeah, you got to pay like $7 for that.
Print isn't dead. It's not dead. I'm telling you.
I mean, the idea of reading news on a device. Could you imagine trying to convince him of that?
Oh my!
Yeah, refresh your browser. That one day, one story, and then I'm done. Okay, I'm at his house, and he's screaming at you on the phone about not having anything up. And I'm like looking at his browser, and it's you know how the windows, if you look at the edge, you can see the next one, going. I'm looking, I'm going, no wonder, his freaking browser's 100 years old. So I click to close it. there was like 150,000 browsers open.
He hadn't refreshed in about 3 weeks, probably. Yeah.
Exactly. He just keeps opening a new one,
Yeah,
you know, and
yeah.
it has no idea what's going on. So anyway, but we need to chronicle this in some sort of historic format, you know, 2.5 minutes worth, so that, you know, people who don't know who we're talking about can get an idea.
But John, think about it. In the last 10 years, think about how, you know, in the scope of time, things don't change that quickly. In the last 10 years, the internet, social media, the magazines, all the little coined terms that people use now, they have changed so much that if you were in a coma for 10 years, you'd wake up, you probably wouldn't even believe it. You'd think you were 100 years in the future, I bet you.
You probably would. I mean, well, look.
We got drones flying around, for God's sakes, now, right? Taking shots. Tyler's got a drone.
They have drone delivery service at the lake here in the summertime. It holds up to 60 pounds.
Really?
You can get a 6-pack of beer, a bag of ice, and a bunch of sandwiches flown to your boat.
Tyler, how would a drone hold that much weight?
Bigger drone.
It must be a huge drone.
Yes, you know.
They're scary. You know, I think of like the Terminator when I hear that. Those things like have that buzz, that high-pitched buzzing sound. It's like like bees coming. Yeah, they are very creepy coming.
The scary ones are the ones that are this big, that look like a freaking fly or a gnat or something. You'll never know who the hell is.
No, well, they're going to have microscopic ones. They're going to be diagnosing all kinds of health issues pretty soon.
Yeah, Google's working on that.
They have that.
Do they really?
Nanobots.
Yeah.
Nanobots, yeah, right.
Nanotechnology.
Wait till that happens, because they'll be injecting those into everyone. They'll know everything that's going on. You won't even know you're bugged, and you'll be bugged.
You know what they got to figure out how to get rid of? The fucking digital prostate exam.
That's another show topic, John, altogether.
How can it possibly be in the 21st century and the doctor still has to stick his finger up your ass? We could put a man on the moon, a man under the ocean, a man on the top of Everest. We could put people fucking everywhere. We can crack codes. We can create the genome. We can send people to other fucking planets. But you gotta fucking get his fingers stuck up your ass to see if you have prostate cancer. No other way to fucking do that. Yeah.
I'm dreading. I got to go for a colonoscopy. I turned 50 this year. You know.
I got to go for another one. I already went for one.
How did it come out?
I had to take a couple polyps out.
Oh, really? So you better go for another one. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go for another one. But you're out. You're unconscious. Nowadays, you're unconscious.
Well, they might as well do the digital prostate exam while you're under for the colonoscopy.
That's what I was thinking. You might as well just take care of all of that shit at one time when you're fucking out, when you don't even know it, you know?
The mortifying things we have to go to as we get older, John, right?
I feel for women too. What are they gonna get? Some guy's got to look up her vagina. They can't freaking stick something else in her coffee and let it happen, you know, that way. You know.
Well, pretty soon they'll have some nanobots going up there, I guess, and looking at it.
I mean, is this really? I mean, or is medicine really that mired in the past that you got to, like, you know, do these ridiculous examinations that are so offensive to people? I mean, think of how much more compliance you would get with cancer screening, everything else, if there was a dignified way of doing it.
Pretty soon they'll have some kind of scanning machine that will just see your whole body. I'm convinced of it. Within the next 10 years.
I can't believe they don't have it already.
Yeah, well, they probably do, but they probably don't want to. You know, the health system makes too much money off all the MRIs and CT scans and all that stuff, so they don't want to. They don't want to lose all that income, right?
Right. Yeah, of course. You got to keep the money train flowing.
That's right. That's right. Well, John, I want to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I do miss the Thanksgiving that you cooked for us that one year. What year was that?
2009, 10?
Yeah, somewhere around there. That was great. Whoa, John cooked a great freaking dinner, man. I don't remember everything you made, but you made some great stuff there. I won't soon forget it.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Are you cooking this year, or is the wife cooking?
No, I'm making it tomorrow.
Yeah. John's the cook in the family.
Yeah, I'm the cook.
What are you making?
Deep fried turkey.
Oof, that's really South Carolina-ish.
Stuffing. I love it. Once you deep fry a turkey, you'll never go back. and stuffing, mashed potatoes with blue cheese and scallions in it. My favorite.
Nice.
Gravy, salad, and this pumpkin dessert thing that I've yet to create.
Well, enjoy it in great health, and we will see you obviously next week for another installment of Iron Rage.